Liverpool's team of kids who lost 5-0 to Aston Villa, and where they are now. Jurgen Klopp hasn't been afraid to blood young players during his time at Liverpool, but the 2019-20 League Cup saw the Reds take things to another level. Liverpool's quarter-final against Aston Villa clashed with the Club World Cup, and Klopp and his senior players had already made the trip out to Qatar for the tournament before the game at Villa Park. This meant Neil Critchley was in charge of a team with an average age of just 19, and an experienced Villa team romped to a 5-0 win with striker Jonathan Kodjia scoring twice. Several of the Liverpool players involved that day were making their debuts, but some have since gone on to bigger and better things at Anfield. Mirror Football has looked back at the lineup from the defeat and caught up with what those involved are up to now. Goalkeeper Keller had played for the Reds in the earlier rounds of the competition, keeping a clean sheet against MK Dons and making a big penalty save from Arsenal's Donny Ceballos to send Liverpool into the last eight. While others have been sent out on loan, the Irishman has remained around the first team and has surpassed Adrian as the main backup to Alisson. Now 23, he has featured for the Reds in the Premier League and League Cup this season, recording shutouts in both. After scoring his one and only Liverpool goal in Milton Keynes earlier in the competition, Hover moved to Wolverhampton Wanderers when Diogo Jota traded Molineux for Anfield. The Dutchman has racked up more than 20 appearances for Wolves, but has mostly played second fiddle to former Barcelona right-back Nelson Semedo. Hover's most recent Wolves appearance came from the bench in the recent 1-0 defeat against his former club, while his last start came in September. Teenage centre-back Van den Berg had more experience than most of his teammates at Villa Park, having played a number of games for Pek Zwolle before joining Liverpool. He returned to the under-23s after that game, save for an FA Cup appearance against Shrewsbury, and ended up moving on loan to Preston North End in February 2021. A successful stint at Deepdale saw the Championship club extend the loan for a further 12 months, and some Liverpool fans had a chance to see him against the Reds in this season's League Cup. Boya's unfortunate own goal gave Villa the lead in December 2019, and the game remains the defender's only start to date for the first team. The Welsh under-21 international spent time on loan at Fleetwood Town last season, but was recalled by Liverpool midway through the season. He has yet to feature this term for Klopp's side, but has made a number of appearances in Premier League 2, mostly in the centre of defence. A 2018 signing from Falkirk, Gallagher has yet to add to his sole appearance at Villa Park. The Scot spent some time on loan in Major League Soccer in 2020, playing a handful of games for Toronto FC, before returning to Liverpool seemingly no closer to a first-team breakthrough. Gallagher has been in action in this season's EFL Trophy, with his most recent appearance coming in a heavy defeat for Liverpool's under-21s at Port Vale. Former Chelsea youngster Christy Davies was one of Liverpool's debutants, but didn't add to that one appearance. Now 24, he is on Barnsley's books after joining the Championship side in 2020, but has yet to make a first-team debut for the Types. The midfielder went out on loan to Dunajska Streda in the Slovakian top division last season after recovering from a serious knee injury which kept him out for the best part of a year. Chiravella was one of the more senior members of the team, having made his Premier League debut under Klopp back in 2016, but had spent a lot of time out on loan in the interim. The Spaniard turned 23 at the end of the 2019-20 season and decided it was time to try his luck away from Anfield, moving to Ligue 1 side Nantes. He was a regular last season as the French club narrowly avoided relegation and recently found himself up against a Paris Saint-Germain trio of Kylian Mbappé, Lionel Messi and Neymar. Kane was already in his 20s at the time of the Villa game and moved out on loan to Hull City not long after. He joined Christy Davies in trading Liverpool for Barnsley in a permanent switch after the 2019-20 season and played more than 20 times as Valérien Ismail's team made the Championship playoffs. However, with new manager Marcus Schopp making changes, Kane joined Oxford United on loan, though he may hold out hope of an eventual return following Schopp's dismissal. Along with Keller, Elliott is one of the big success stories of Liverpool's young side. The former Fulham youngster was one of the Reds' better performers at Villa Park and made his Premier League debut for the club later that season. After a successful loan spell at Blackburn last season, Elliott made his first Premier League start under Klopp this season and is working his way back to fitness after suffering a serious injury against Leeds United. Longstaff returned to Liverpool's academy team after the Villa game and scored in the 2020-21 EFL Trophy. This season, the 20-year-old has been sent out on loan to Queen's Park, who were promoted to Scottish League One last season. He has scored twice in the league this season and will remain north of the border until the end of the campaign. The final member of the starting side, Hill had played 2 EFL Trophy games before getting his chance in the front three. The Formie-born player signed a long-term deal with Liverpool in 2020, committing his future to the club, but has yet to add to his one senior appearance with a serious knee injury keeping him out of action. Burn has been back in action for the Liverpool under-23s after his run out from the bench in 2019. An option on the winger in midfield, the 20-year-old has featured in Premier League 2 and also played in the EFL Trophy. He has scored twice for the under-23s this term, against Brighton and Leicester's academy sides. While Clarkson only played the final few minutes at Villa Park, he looks closer to a first-team breakthrough than some of his peers. The midfielder was handed a Champions League debut by Klopp last season, starting the group game against FC Midtjylland, and has followed Elliott in making a loan move to Blackburn. While the 20-year-old hasn't been a regular for Tony Mowbray's side, he is being given minutes in the second tier and Liverpool will hope he returns ready to make the step up. Another local lad, Liverpool-born Norris, was just 16 when he came off the bench in that cup game. The teenager signed a long-term contract with the Reds in August of this year, having continued his development in the academy and played against Villa's under-18s in the most recent FA Youth Cup final. Norris has also progressed through the ranks at international level, where he has now been capped by England's under-19s.